everyone likes to make assumptions about my life. It's great.
Just listen to what she says. She just and angry. Go for it.
Audiences stayed away, and even her own cast and crew are calling her out. Disney's own CEO's son posted that she hijacked the film and then deleted it after it went viral. Oh, and that #1 movie in the world claim she made? Deleted.
Was Disney's Snow White remake cursed from the start, or did its star, Rachel Zegler, light the fuse for its downfall? The 2025 live-action reboot of a beloved fairy tale promised to reimagine a classic, but instead, it spiraled into a storm of scandals, from racist casting backlash to a rumored leaked audio that shocked fans. With a $270 million budget and sky-high expectations, this film was meant to enchant a new generation. So, what went so wrong? Let's dive into the chaos that turned Snow White into Disney's biggest fiasco yet.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Well, who the hell are you to say all of Andrew's scenes could get cut? Like, who are you?
Rachel Zegler. This woman is extraordinarily woke, but she's woke in a way that's quite deranged.
The trouble began in 2021 when Rachel Zegler, a talented Latina actress of Colombian and Polish descent, was cast as Snow White. Fans of the 1937 classic, where the princess is described as having skin as white as snow, erupted online. Critics argued Zegler wasn't pale enough, igniting a racist firestorm that echoed the backlash against Halle Bailey's casting as Ariel in The Little Mermaid. Zegler clapped back, saying she wouldn't bleach her skin for the role and proudly embraced her heritage, noting Snow White's popularity in Spanish-speaking countries. But the damage was done. Disney's bold casting choice had already split its audience, and this was just the beginning.
I think it's fair to say that no one on the right side of America can stand the star of this movie.
Here's what I told Bob. I said, I'm curious, Bob, don't you think messages like this is why Disney keeps having box office flops?
Fast forward to 2022, and Zegler dropped a bombshell at Disney's D23 Expo. She called the original Snow White outdated, slamming the prince as a stalker and revealing the remake would ditch the classic love story. Instead, her Snow White would be a leader, not a damsel dreaming of romance. Fans who grew up cherishing the fairy tale's gentle charm felt betrayed. Why was the star of a Disney remake trashing its legacy? Zegler's vision of a modernized heroine sparked heated debates, with some praising her feminist take and others accusing her of disrespecting a timeless story. The rift between old school fans and the remake's new direction grew wider.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
No.
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie.
Right.
Andrew Burnap, great dude.
Then came the dwarfs, or rather, the lack of them. Early leaks suggested Disney planned to replace the iconic 7 dwarfs with magical creatures to avoid stereotypes. This move drew sharp criticism from Game of Thrones star Peter Dinklage, who has dwarfism. He called it hypocritical to cast a Latina Snow White for progress while still leaning on a backward story about dwarfs living in a cave. The backlash intensified when it emerged that only one actor with dwarfism, Martin Kleba, was cast as Grumpy, with the rest portrayed via CGI. Actors with dwarfism like stunt performer Jason Weeman Acuna voiced frustration, arguing the change sidelined opportunities for their community. Disney's attempt to modernize had backfired, leaving fans and actors alike feeling cheated.
It's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. But it's one of those things.
So true,
it's
yeah.
an inner journey that she goes on to find her true self.
As if that wasn't enough, a political storm brewed in 2024. Zegler, an outspoken advocate for a free Palestine, posted "And always remember Free Palestine" after sharing the Snow White trailer. Her co-star Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen, is Israeli and a vocal supporter of her country, having served in the Israel Defense Forces. Their opposing views on the Israel-Palestine conflict sparked rumors of a feud, especially after Gadot skipped the European premiere. Though the two presented together at the 2025 Oscars, tabloids claimed they barely spoke off camera. Disney reportedly sent producer Mark Platt to address Zegler's posts, wary of alienating audiences. The film, meant to be a fairy tale, was now tangled in real-world tensions, but the real bombshell was still to come.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
Enter the leaked audio rumor, a scandal that sent shockwaves through the internet. In early 2025, whispers surfaced of a recording allegedly capturing Zegler yelling at production staff. Some claimed it happened during a heated day of shooting, with Zegler frustrated over script changes or the dwarf's portrayal. Others speculated it reflected deeper animosity on a chaotic set. The audio specifics remain unconfirmed, but social media exploded with theories. Was Zegler snapping under pressure? Did she clash with crew over the film's direction? Or was the audio a fake designed to smear her? Whatever the truth, the rumor painted a picture of a dysfunctional production, amplifying the film's troubled narrative.
And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign.
People are, she said death threats. I don't know which dwarf gave you a death threat, but she's saying she's getting death threats. Sleep.
Comedian Bill Maher didn't hold back, turning the fiasco into comedic gold. On his show, he roasted Zegler's woke approach, mocking her for allegedly lecturing staff while championing kindness in interviews. He quipped that a film meant to empower young viewers had become a sermon no one asked for, alienating the very fans Disney needed. Maher's satirical jabs, including hypothetical reenactments of Zegler scolding crew for clinging to the 1937 classic, went viral. His commentary transformed Snow White into a cultural punching bag, with audiences laughing at the irony of a fairy tale unraveling in chaos.
There was an in-depth piece, like a behind-the-scenes piece, talking about how they've been in a full meltdown about this girl for a couple of years now.
The controversies took a toll at the box office. With a staggering $270 million budget, Snow White opened to a dismal $43 million domestically, far below Disney's expectations. Analysts project a $115 million loss, a stark contrast to hits like Aladdin or The Lion King remakes. The film's 42% Rotten Tomatoes score didn't help, with critics praising Zegler's performance but slamming the CGI dwarfs and Godot's toe-curlingly terrible, evil queen. Audiences stayed away, exhausted by the relentless scandals and turned off by a story that barely resembled the fairy tale they loved. Parents in particular hesitated to bring kids to a film stripped of its enchanted heart.
About Rachel Zegler. She's the young woman that was cast as Snow White. It has proven to be Disney's worst investment ever in the history of Disney investments.
Disney scrambled to control the damage. The studio limited press at the March 15th premiere, allowing only photographers and house crew to avoid tough questions. Behind-the-scenes teams denied the audio's authenticity, but the public had moved on. Even Disney's CEO's son reportedly posted that Zegler hijacked the film, deleting it after it went viral. Marketing executives faced a nightmare, unable to spin a narrative now synonymous with strife. The film's progressive ambitions, diverse casting, a feminist heroine, were overshadowed by rumors of unprofessional conduct and creative missteps. Zegler tried to fight back. In interviews, she claimed her comments about the original film were taken out of context, emphasizing her passion for evolving classic stories. She called the audio rumors a possible smear campaign, but avoided addressing them directly. Her carefully worded Instagram posts thanked fans and gushed about the film's artistry, yet many felt her defense came too late. The fiery persona that clashed with fans online didn't match the measured tone she adopted post-premiere. For some, it felt like a desperate pivot to salvage her image after months of unrelenting scrutiny. What does the Snow White debacle mean for Disney's future? This wasn't just a film that flopped, it's a cautionary tale about remaking cherished classics in an era of divided audiences. The leaked audio, whether real or fabricated, crystallized a production at war with itself, torn between honoring tradition and chasing modern ideals. Fans argue for a balanced approach, respect the fairy tale's timeless magic while updating it thoughtfully. But if you can't keep harmony on set, how do you deliver a heartwarming story? As Disney rethinks its remake strategy, one question lingers. Can the studio recapture the wonder that made Snow White a legend, or will this fiasco haunt its legacy for years to come?